Hi, Facebook. Say hi, Lawrence.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Me gusta queso.
Awesome. I'm here with my fantastic son here.
Her favorite child?
And he actually said that, well, here's how it got started. I was asked to sing praise and worship. And I was like, I'm not a singer. What am I supposed to do with this? Hey, Wendy.
Hola.
We were being really silly. So I'm supposed to be singing praise and worship. I'm not a singer. So this is what my son tells me. I said, hey, Minister such and such wants me to sing praise and worship. And he says,
I said, welcome to ministry. Because this is what we have to go through all the time as pastors' kids. There's not a job that we don't have. And, it's either there have been Sundays where I had to sing, and this was back when I was like 12 and my voice was doing its own thing. So there was a time we were singing, what's that song? Lord You're Mighty, and my voice had cracked, and everyone just looked at me, and I was like, oh well, and so yeah. So I usher, I take up offering, I'm the IT, I'm the music director, audio director. That's my self-acclaimed title.
mm-hmm.
I am parking lot director. I am also transportation director. I'm also the drummer. That's like job number 8 out of 50. And so yeah. I think that's everything.
So you have no issue with the fact that I cannot sing and they want me to sing?
I've had to sing. So, welcome to our life. This is what we go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. It's pretty boring.
I know.
Once the camera comes off, then he actually comes to life then.
Sang y'all, says Audrey Walker.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So you understand.
So see, she's gonna be singing, not me. Actually, I'm gonna find out when the day of they're gonna be like, hey, by the way, you're singing, and I'm gonna be like, okay. So yeah, that's how it happens. It's the day of or the day before, and then you're like, oh, you're playing the drums tomorrow. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay. Any other issues as far as being a preacher's kid?
Oh, when other people invite you to their church, that's one, because you're not going, and you have to pretend to make up an excuse on why you're not going. So it's like, oh, hey, I wanted to invite you to my church. Oh, actually, I can't go because today's Youth Sunday, even though it's always Youth Sunday. And because me and Jordan are like leading the charge, so it's all Youth Sunday. And then, or when people always want to say, hey, ask your parents. Mm-hmm. And I don't even ask anymore because I know it's going to be an automatic no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, he actually was offered. Okay, you tell.
I was offered a $16 an hour job on Sunday drumming. And I didn't even ask Poppy about it because I knew it was going to be a no. But so, I was recruited and I had to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love my parents. I think that was not the right answer.
I think so.
Okay. Yes, I love my parents. That's the answer.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else?
No. How about when we take separate vehicles Well, sometimes we take separate vehicles. And then the 1 week that we don't take a separate vehicle, what happens?
So I got a license just in order so that way we didn't have to hang out at the church, because they have these meetings and it's always going to be 30 minutes and it's never 30 minutes. And so it'd be like, hey, we'll have a quick meeting. You guys could just chill out in the lobby. And then when your phone dies and you had it like on fully charged and they're still laughing and you're not getting out of there till 2:30, that's literally the entire reason why I got my license. I was like, Jory, we can't do this anymore. We have to be able to escape. And so now that's why I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Anything else?
Or how about getting to church really, really early in the morning?
Oh my gosh. I don't like it, because first off, I wake up and then, well, it depends on if Poppy's up at 3:00 in the morning singing for no reason at the top of his lungs, forgetting he has a family and he's not in an apartment, he's in a house with several other people.
Mm-hmm.
He's just singing his heart out. And here I am waking up at 3:00 in the morning, cranky, because I'm listening to him sing. And then I get, let's say, 4 more hours of sleep. And then he wakes me up, turns on my light, and then just leaves. And just gone. And then I'm up eventually. Then we go to church, and I have to take maybe an hour before I'm actually fully awake, if that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sitting there like, oh, hey, Flora, Jason, Audrey. I know you understand if you're still there.
I have like 8 chins right now.
Just ignore him.
Oh, it's too late. Yeah.
All right. Hey. I guess we're just being silly. I know he was talking earlier about all the things that I say as far as when he
anything she could just wrap around to going back either to schoolwork or a chore. So it'd be like, hey Ma, I found $5. She's like, well, you got 5 minutes to get that homework done.
That's right.
Or, hey Mom, I can't find my work belt. She's like, well, you about to get another belt if you don't get that homework done. Or, hey Ma, trying to think. Anything. She could just wrap it around to something. You're like, hey, it's raining outside. Well, oh, sorry, I saw a lot of. But yeah, either way, to be like, hey Ma, I can't find my phone. Well, you better phone home and do this homework.
That's
and
right.
So it's just always something involving homework or dishes or mowing the lawn. Oh man, mowing the lawn last second was like the worst. Be like, hey, there was one day, I don't know, it was something that happened, and I had mowed the grass Thursday. Actually, no, I mowed it on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And Poppy has this thing where he likes to fall asleep to the lawnmower on Thursday, because he's off on Thursday, and no matter how high the grass is, he just likes the lawnmower to be heard on Thursday. And so I mowed it on Tuesday, and he wanted me to remow it on Thursday. And I had somewhere to be, and they were like, nah, you can't go, because, you got to cut the grass. And the grass was like that much higher on Thursday than it was on Tuesday. The lines were still in the grass. Like that's how freshly cut it was. And so I was like, you know what? I was furious, and I cut the grass in probably 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And mom was like, well, we gotta make you mad more often because you
That's
cut
right.
that grass real fast. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Here I am stuck at home and cutting the grass in 15 minutes, still can't go.
Mhm.
And so yeah, but it's yeah, that was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 15 minutes. You can really get something done in 15 minutes if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Like that homework.
Yeah, you got 15 minutes to do that homework. Trust and believe. Trying to think of any other things. Oh, do you want to talk about Poppy and his heating and air conditioning? Oh man. All right. So for those of you who don't know, my father, he was in the Air Force for heating and air conditioning.
He wasn't in the Air Force for heating and air conditioning.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I don't know what he was in there for. That was all I ever heard was I was in there for heating and air conditioning. What was it?
I don't know.
Heating and air conditioning. That's what he was in there for, was for heating and air conditioning. And so, man, he would just be able to, anything could go wrong. He knew the answer because he was in it, heating and air conditioning. Be like, you know what? I don't know why, but the TV won't work. Well, you got to put new batteries in it because I was in heating and air conditioning. I know exactly what's wrong. And I was like, how? That doesn't make no sense. How does you knowing what's wrong with the remote have anything to do with heating and air conditioning? And so then, everything was cool up until there was this day where our washing machine had broke. And when there was just water all over the floor. And we were like, he had walked downstairs, stepped in the water, and he had just yelled for my mom. And it was all like how early was this?
It was 4 or 5 in the morning.
It was 4 or 5 in the morning. It was really early. And so everyone was like, what is going on? And so we all walked downstairs. There's this water. And he was like, well, there's water. I got to go to work. Do you know how to cut it off? No. What you mean, Mr. Heating and Air Conditioning? We need you. Like, everything else. Whether the light's broken because of heating and air conditioning. That the trash truck comes on Thursday because you were in heating and air conditioning, but you can't figure out how to turn off the water. And so then he just looked at us and left. And so here we are standing in water as Poppy's splish splashing out the door. And so we're like, oh, okay. And so we got like every towel in the house. And then as we got every towel in the house, we started soaking up everything. And then I thought a good idea to use a shampoo to suck up all the water, which worked. And the floor was saved. But yeah. And yep. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this later. But hey, Arisa. And he has this fear of everything normal. Like, no, seriously, there are just times where you could just be standing there and then he'll just turn around, and then you'll be like, what is wrong with you? Like, he'll scare you because he's scared, and then he'll just look at you like you did something wrong. It's like, like, what are you doing? Man, so there are just times like this one time, Jordan, what happened? Jordan was younger. And I guess she had a bad dream or something. And so she went to go like wake up mom. And so she had opened up the door and Poppy, I guess, had woke up. And so he had grabbed the covers and he just goes, I'm going to use this for the covers. He was like, and just started screaming and just hid himself under the covers. I was like, what are you doing? Like, the covers ain't gonna protect you.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, I know. But so
y'all don't tell.
Ain't everybody? I'm gonna need Miss Audrey, Risa, Miss Felicia, Miss SJ. Everybody, don't say nothing to Pastor, because he got a fear of the normal. And so there'd be times where like I'd just be walking downstairs, and You know, he'd just be cooking at 2:00 in the morning for himself. Like he just cooks, and then he'd be like, "These dishes were here last night." And I'm like, "No, they weren't. I smelled the bacon at 2 a.m. You're not gonna lie to me." And then I just be walking downstairs, because I'm dehydrated and hungry because there's bacon at 2:00 in the morning. Like he'll cook like 2 pieces, but he'd be smelling like he'd be cooking like 8. So I walk downstairs, and I have to make sure I'm known before I walk downstairs. I'm like, hey, it's me. I'm downstairs. And there'll be times where he doesn't hear me. So I just walk around the corner, and he just, and then just dive out of the way. And I'm like, what are you doing? And you see me. I'm not that shadowy of a figure. Like, you're not supposed to be scared of me. And so it's just, why are you side-eyeing me like that? Yes, I mow
shadowy of the figure.
Yes,
Shadowy
because
figure.
I mow the grass. I'm the darkest one out the bunch. I go outside the most. We're gonna leave it as that.
Okay.
So yes, I am not the burnt cookie. I am not. You did get real. Risa. All right, look. I know I'm the dark one. Okay, we take family pictures, and I look adopted. They'd be like, "Oh, they adopted that little African boy." And 2, I'm taller than everyone, so I look real out of the picture. He probably only saw your teeth. Oh, trust and believe. On Sunday, Arisa. No. I'm stealing all the pepperoni off your plate. When we have the crackers with the pepperoni and cheese, trust and believe, I will eat all of your pepperoni. For all of you who don't go to the church, you all don't get it, but just know me and Arisa, we fight over the pepperoni at the church. And so yeah. Oh, with Poppy with the snake. Oh, that was funny. So we were all outside on our way home from church at 2:30 because they had a 30-minute meeting. And so we're on our way home, and then Poppy's unlocking the door, and for whatever reason, it takes like 30 minutes to unlock our door. And so Poppy's unlocking the door, and then Mom goes, "Is that a snake?" That man took 3 seconds to unlock the door, dove through the door like chest first, and slammed it. And we're all standing outside looking at him, looking at us through the glass. And like some animals at an exhibit, he's watching to make sure we all right. He's like, hey, y'all all right? Y'all all right? No, we're outside with the snake. You are locked in the house. You are locked inside the house. And so then after some convincing, he let us back in the house. After further investigation, he was looking around to make sure, the snake wasn't around us, because his family wasn't that important at the time. Every man for themselves. Exactly. It was Hunger Games out there with that snake. He was like, well, I guess I have to start fresh. They're done. It's it. That's a wrap. they just got to get a whole new family after that. And so then we finally, get in the house. And, we were looking up ways on how to kill a snake. And, oh, my goodness, there were some dumb ways on how, to peacefully kill a snake. And so some person was like, hey, how about, you can put it in a bag and put it in the freezer. And I was like, first off, why would I get that close to a snake? Second of all, why would I stick it in my freezer? Like, First off, it'd be like, oh, what's in the freezer today? We got ground beef, ice cream, snake, burgers. Like, it was not normal to have a snake in your freezer. And so we decided to get some boiling water and, pour it on the snake, which I had to do and Pastor was supervising from inside the house as I was outside the house. And, I poured it on the snake and we haven't seen the snake since. So, yeah. Trying to think of any other ones. Oh,
you have more.
Oh man, I have Poppy stories for days. Like how he likes to burn food and when he was the grill and oh man, that was hilarious. Okay, I have videos. So basically, he was talking about, oh man, I'm gonna throw it down on the grill, man. You see how my eyebrow went up? I'm gonna throw it down on the grill. It's gonna be great. And so I was like, all right, bet. And so I'm sitting upstairs in my room. All of a sudden, I'm just, as Fire Marshal Bill cooked anything on the grill ready. Arisa, we on the same page. And so as he was grilling, I just saw smoke outside. I was like, I know he like his food burnt, but I didn't imagine like this burnt. And so I stick my head out the window. Tell me why. There's like a 10-foot flame, and Poppy is hitting the flame with a garden hoe. And he is attacking the flame. Like he's literally like has it, and he's just hitting the grill, in order to char grilled. Yeah, he in order to sustain the flame. And then as he's hitting it with the garden hoe, I just hear Jordan as just close it. And he was like, what's that supposed to do? As he's still hitting the flame. And then Jordan was like, hey.
He's in heating and air conditioning.
Oh yeah, he's in heating and air conditioning. He know good and well how fire works. And so then, Jordan told him to close it. And he's like, what's that supposed to do? Jordan's like, just do it. So then he closes it, and then eventually the fire goes away. He was like, oh, well, that was my next step, in order to safely control the fire. But first I had to beat it into submission in order for it to be sustainable, in order for it to be choked out. I had to choke it out myself. I had to dive in there, choke it by the neck, and grab it. I had it in a full Nelson, and I was gonna make this fire tap out. And so as he's out there doing this, I got all this on video. It was the funniest thing ever. And so, yeah. So and then he burnt all the food, like it was all gone. It was terrible. And trying to think of any other burnt grill fire stories, because we probably have a few. Any other Poppy stories? Trying to think. You got any?
Yeah, but
Oh.
Yeah.
We gonna get in trouble for this.
Yeah, we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. He's not gonna watch all 24 minutes. See, like the first few minutes was dry. See, he'd have clicked off at like the 10-minute mark. We're good. We're golden. Mm-hmm. Jordan, you got any Poppy stories?
No. What's the craziest thing that you heard him say from
the pulpit?
On the pulpit.
I gotta pick one. You mean one? I mean, this is the same man that didn't he fall off the stage?
No, he did not fall off the stage.
No, he didn't fall.
Don't start that room.
No, I could have swore there was one day where he did like a little fall. And no, I know this is the same man who barked on stage.
Yeah, we're gonna get in
that
trouble.
Video don't exist.
No, that one doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Trust me. Don't. We made sure that video don't exist. We TSA'd that video. said delete. That video doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, and so he was barking on stage.
No, wait, okay.
He always pretends to tell a football story and like move but not move at the same time. He's like, oh, if Arisa said if y'all had a dog, you could have fed the burnt food to it. That's animal cruelty and you know it. Would you give your dog burnt charcoal? Like the food was gone at that point. But then he always dancing. Oh my goodness. He swears up and down he can dance. And he's like, oh man, back in my day. Oh man. Like he can't dance to save his life. Then when I'm trying to think of some crazy things he's said on the pulpit. There are a lot.
There is one.
There's one. Which one? Oh, everybody got flies. Oh, ooh, that was so funny. Okay, so he was talking about how everyone has dominion over animals. And this man said that, you know.
Yeah, you have dominion over your family.
Yes, dominion over your family. And, you know, everybody has dominion over something. He was like, and everybody got flies. And we all look at each other. We're like, why he make us seem dirty? Like, what? Why he make us seem so dirty that everybody has flies? Not everybody has flies. He made it seem like our house is fly ridden. Oh, I'm sorry. It was one of them right there. And so then we all look around and we're like, no, not everyone has flies. Like, no. And so, oh man.
That was funny.
That one was. Trying to think.
I know you're used in examples.
Oh man, we're using examples all the time. Can I think of any right now? Not at all. Trying to think. I don't know. Any others? Any other Poppy stories? I have some mom stories.
Some mom stories?
Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh, she about to put me to bed if I don't do that homework.
That's right.
So basically, there was this time where we were on a road trip, and this was Jordan already laughing. Where were we going? Memphis or Tennessee? No.
Memphis or Tennessee.
It's that time of night. It's that time of night. We were going
homeschool.
Yes. We either go to Virginia or Memphis or Tennessee or Chesapeake. So we were going to either New Jersey, which I don't think it was that.
We were going to Memphis, Tennessee.
We were going to Memphis or Tennessee.
No, Memphis.
What? You didn't tell me it's the same place? No, I'm kidding. No, but so we were on our way to Memphis, Tennessee, and I was driving because I got bumped up in the driver lineup to driver number 2. And so as we're driving, it just I see the sign and it said road split up ahead. And I was like, oh, okay, what does that mean? And so I kept seeing it, and then it was 2 lanes, and then all of a sudden it's the road, like they did construction in like a whole lane and a little bit more, and so it had split into 2. And so the first time I had seen it, I was in the right lane, and as I'm in the right lane, I look down to my right, and there's like a cliff, and I'm driving the big red truck. And as I look to my right, I was like, what is going on? My mom was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then she just starts going like this. And I'm like, what? And I'm trying not to laugh. And because, I'm trying to make sure everybody doesn't go tumbling down the cliff. And so I'm silently laughing to myself as my mom is over there tweaking. She's just, oh my God, what? And she is just going back and forth. And I was like, okay. And so then the next time I did it, it had split again. And I realized from past experience I wasn't going to be on the right side. And so I changed over into the left lane, and I'm in a tight sandwich. It's probably a foot on each side of the truck, probably not even that. And so as I'm going through that, and we're all going like 65, and as I'm going through that, my mom starts doing it again. And then she just, oh my God, what is that? Like she's trying not to freak me out because she's freaking out and I'm driving and she can't control the car. And so she's just like praying, freaking out, trying to grab the wheel and not grab the wheel at the same time. Like there were several things going on. Live. I wanted to live. But so as she's doing that, I'm like, okay. And so then later on, it was the same trip. Poppy had let her drive, and as you were driving, there was a time where was this the same trip?
No, it was not. That was Detroit.
Okay, this is to Detroit, and we were close to Michigan. We were going to Detroit, Michigan, and
I didn't catch it.
You didn't even catch homeschool smarts. So as we were,
pray for him.
As we were driving to Detroit, we had let my mom drive probably 15 minutes out of the how many hour drive? Like it was a long drive. And so we had let her drive, and there was a car that was merging on. So we were on the interstate, and there was a car that was merging onto the interstate. And we have Brother Shad and Sister Danica behind us. And as we're driving, the cars are like this. So this is us, and this is the car. And so my mom starts braking with the car. So they're both like slowing down. And they're both speeding up, and they're both going like 15 miles per hour on a 65. And the guy's like sticking his arm out the window. He's like, go. And my mom's like, and so we're driving a big red truck going 15 down the interstate. And this dude is driving on like grass and like the side of the road, and he's telling mom to go, and she's just not going. She's like,
I couldn't see him.
Okay.
The big red truck.
No, you saw him because you were both slowing down until y'all were practically in neutral going down the interstate. And so then the guy, he's like sticking his whole body out the window, yelling, go. And mom finally decides, to step on the gas pedal, which I didn't think she knew we had. And so she starts going, and literally the next exit, she just pulls over. And she pulls over, puts the car in park. We're like stopped in front of somebody's house. And so she just jumps out. I keep hearing it. Like she's mumbling to herself. And so she just tells Poppy to drive. And so he hops out of the passenger seat. At this rate, he's still freaking out because he's like, come on. Like, he's like, drive. And she's like, no, but, and so they're both rolling down the interstate, and we're all yelling at each other on what to do. And so mom had hopped out of the driver's seat when we were in front of the person's house, dropped over So she had hopped in the passenger seat, and as soon as she hopped in the passenger seat, she dove straight for her purse and pulled out her blood pressure machine, and she was like, just relaxing. She was like,
That was stressful.
Yes, like she was highly stressed. Like she didn't say a word, and we all didn't say a word for like a good 10 minutes because she was just talking to herself. And we were like all concerned because she's rolling down the interstate practically in reverse, going, and then you were going super slow, and then then she starts talking to herself, and we're all just like, oh, this really just happened. We really went down the interstate going like 10. Like I could get out the car and run faster. I practically could have pushed that man's car. And he still would have been yelling, go, as I'm pushing behind him. And so the guy is, mom finally, calms down.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't drive no more than
no, she didn't touch the driver. She didn't touch the wheel at all. So I got bumped up in the batting lineup to driver number 2 after that incident. And so yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. We got 10 viewers. Is that what it is?
Oh wow, look at that. We're in the double digits. We're
right?
popular.
Yes. Hey.
What's up, Facebook? I made it, Mom.
Viral.
I made it. I'm going to quit my job.
Wait. Oh, about to say.
I have a shirt on. Calm down. What is wrong? You said, wait. Like I didn't have a shirt on under this.
I got worried. Okay.
I'm not going. This is the wrong. No. I got a shirt on. Relax. I ain't that broke. I gotta start taking over. Goodness gracious. And so I don't even know where I was gonna go with that now. I lost my train of thought. I made it. I went viral. I'm quit. That's where I was going with it. I quit my job. Forget Chick-fil-A. I'm becoming a Facebook Liver.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna be famous. All I need is a lame, catchy slogan. Jordan, am I allowed to talk about you?
No.
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about Jordan. It depends on the situation.
Like her school picture.
Jordan, stop. Jordan, stop. Relax. All right, Jordan, stop kicking me.
It's funny though.
No, it's not.
So Jordan.
We can't tell.
Oh,
How many people are there?
it's only 9.
Only 9.
Yes, come on now. It's just Aunt Risa,
It's just all Risu.
and it's just Aunt Risa, and Miss Margaret, and Shay Malone, and Miss Ruth.
No.
Jordan, it's funny. We had Poppy in his story about him.
What about you?
Hey, what's up? I ain't got no stories. I'm great. What? Why are you looking like that? You got a story to tell? Go ahead. I'll explain it.
Mm-hmm. Start with your bumpy forehead. So Jordan, can we tell your story?
Oh no, please.
That's your school picture. Okay.
Okay.
Better not mention it.
Okay.
So we got copyright information so we could tell the story. So Jordan, we were just having school pictures, and I had just got a haircut because I had to look fresh for this school picture, and we were all getting ready, And as it was picture taking time, we take the picture, and then I went, took the picture. Then Jordan went. She took her pictures, and 15 to 20 minutes later, I was like, Jordan, you got 2 boogers in your nose, like 2. Like most of the time, people have one or the other. Jordan had 2 boogers in her nose. They were both saying hi. They was twins, introducing themselves to the world
For picture day.
For picture day. They're like, you gonna know me, and you gonna know Jordan and her boogers. We should split it up for the yearbook. Like how most people have their them and then their dog. It's gonna be Jordan, and then it's gonna have another picture zoomed in and her boogers. You gotta have.
Okay, all right. Don't go in on that.
Okay.
But she did retake the picture.
No, but the thing was, the lady wasn't having it. When Jordan was like, "I look now, I had 2 boogers in my nose when I was taking that picture. I'm gonna need another one." Jordan, the lady was like, "I'm sure it's fine." No, I need to retake my picture. I had 2 boogers in my nose. You don't understand, man. I need to redo that. And the lady and Jordan were arguing about whether she should retake her picture. Jordan's like, "Look, lady, I had 2 boogers in my nose. I need to get in there. Let me in the booth. Let me in the booth. I really need to be in there." And so Jordan, finally, after several minutes of convincing, she was finally able to retake her picture. And then, it was overall, it was funny. Jordan didn't find it too funny.
No.
Jordan thought it was a serious thing, because she thought, that was the senior yearbook. Well, it's gonna be mine, and that's the picture. Everyone's gonna look back. They just go see Jordan and the Boogies. It's Jordan's band. She plays piano, and yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, our views dropped now.
Oh yeah, I'm not funny. I'm sorry. Trying to think. We got any funny Lawrence stories?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. What? Think of something. You better be thinking about that homework.
That's right.
Okay. What's up?
Homework.
Anywho, you have any funny me stories?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about whether or not I should tell it.
Lives.
Yeah, trying to think of whether or not I should tell the story though.
Which one is it? Whisper in my ear.
The whisper in your ear.
She got whisper. I got nothing. The boogers in your nose.
Which time? What are you talking about? When I was younger, or when we were on the road trip and that one? Or
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to decide which one. But basically, whenever Lawrence gets he gets a cold, or
yes,
whenever he has bumps on his forehead, I always ask him,
"Did you go to the bathroom? Did you poop today? Did you?" And I'm like, "No." "Well, that's why you're sick, because you didn't poop."
That's right.
I got bumps on my forehead. "That's because you didn't poop." "Mom, I broke my leg." "That's because you didn't poop." Like, it's always leading back to because I didn't go to the bathroom. And so it's like, "Ma, I don't understand this math problem." "That's because you didn't poop." And so it always comes back to me not going to the bathroom.
That's right.
And be like, "Ma, I had a bad baseball game today." "That's because you didn't poop." And it's always something. Ma, there's no gas in the car. That's because you didn't poop. And I'm like, how does that have anything to do with anything? No, it just is.
Yeah.
That's how the world goes round.
When you poop.
When you poop. You heard it here first. And so, it's just always been something or the other. And
Gotta be right though. Eat more fiber.
Trying to think of something else. Mom, I'm getting darker. That's because you didn't poop. No, how does that have anything to do with anything? It just is.
Yeah.
Mom, my feet hurt. That's because you didn't poop. This is the type of stuff that goes on pretty normally.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about Poppy and his slow driving.
No.
Oh.
We did enough Poppy jokes.
Okay.
We're gonna be in trouble for that. Yeah.
Any more Lawrence?
Need more Lawrence?
Hmm.
When's the last time you pooped?
I plead the fifth. Oh, I have the perfect story. Oh my goodness. So we were having a church event and we were at a roller skating rink.
That was not a church event.
Oh, we were at the roller skating rink
With some people from the church.
So it's a church event.
Nope.
I don't even know anymore. And so we were all there, and so we're all roller skating. I rollerblade because I don't like roller skates. They're too heavy, and they always are made out of like cheap leather, and you feel everyone else's foot that has been in there previously because it's like shaped. You just feel the little the little fabric balls underneath your socks. You feel those. And so as we are rollerblading, they have some races, not people. We have they do races. They race. Okay, there we go. And so as I was in my age group for that, and everyone else was wearing roller skates. I start, and so everyone starts going, and it's hard for me to start because I'm wearing roller blades. So I had originally kind of fell over a little bit, and I heard some oohs and some ahs, and so I had sped up. I got up and tried to book it, and as I'm going, and I'm gaining ground. Eventually, I came around the corner on one skate, lost it, and landed on my wrist like a full, fell on my back and landed on my wrist. And so as I'm doing this, I look and I'm in pain, and everything stops, and I'm in the middle of the whole roller rink, and everyone's just looking at me, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, where's his mom? Where's his parents?" And I look over and I see my mom go like this. Just behind some other parents. And I was like, what in the world? How you just going to abandon me? I literally looked and watched my mom make eye contact with me and disappear. She looked at me and just walked away. And I was a cub left out in the middle of the jungle, just left. She looked at me and was like, well, you're on your own. And just walked away.
True.
What do you mean it's not true? I watched you do it.
What did I do?
You just faded away. Like I didn't see you. And then, as all of that's going on, I'm laying there, my wrist, and I'm on the middle of the floor with a broken wrist. I actually broke my wrist, and they're like, "Where's his mom? We need some parents." And my mom disappeared. Like,
well, first of all, let me explain a couple things. One, Lawrence has always been dramatic.
Not really.
Always.
Yes.
In baseball, when he was like 9 and 10 years old, they called him Drama King because he would be so dramatic. He would fall out, like he would be playing basketball, baseball, basketball, whatever. We'll go to the basketball story. Playing basketball, he'll collide or fall or whatever. He would stay out there for 10 minutes, just, in agonizing pain, just out, just, oh.
Sure.
And then they would get him up.
Everybody would kneel.
Yeah, everybody would be like, oh man, he made it. Oh gosh, this is wonderful. And then he would go to the side, come right back out there and play basketball like he never happened.
Because I recover. Okay,
he was a drama king.
No,
he was dramatic.
What happened was I had that Kobe mentality that no matter how many, Kobe broke his tibia. I don't even know if that's the right thing. And don't quote me on that, internet. And so Kobe had broke bones and still scored 9 points before in his final game. Because Kobe is the GOAT. And he had instilled that in me from a young age. See, I had met Kobe Bryant, and he said, you're special. You got that Kobe blood. And I was
Drama King.
No, cause the real story. I was asleep when it happened, but it was real. And so after that, I just knew no matter how many injuries I had, it only took 10 seconds for my bones to heal from being broken, dislocated, fractured, completely just disintegrated. I only took 10 seconds. And I was back out there. It was glorious. Mm-hmm. And then, I didn't even get to finish the story of me on the skates. So I had fallen, broken, mother disappeared, like a shadow in the night. And then they were like, we need somebody to come get him. And then my medical emergency agent hops out, aka my sister, hops out on the floor, and she finally was the one to acknowledge I was a part of them. I was a part of that family. Everyone else was just gonna leave me out there stranded. I watched as my family left me. I was on the Titanic, and they said women and children first, and they just all left. And so I'm sitting up there on the floor. My sister comes, gets me. And, as I'm on the sidelines, and they had gave me a splint made out of boxing tape. And then, that's when my mother decided, hey, that is my kid. And, came over and was like,
your sister ratted me out.
Yeah. She was like, oh, which one of y'all, where's your parent? And so my sister goes and points, and my mom still like weaves. She's like, hey, someone come get their kid. Hey, somebody, your kid. Oh my gosh, where are your parents? Come on now, someone. And so she's out there looking for my parents too. And so as she's out there looking for my parents with me, and then she was like, oh, I'm the parent. Oh, what, me? Okay. So then, finally like escorts me to the vehicle and leaves because I'm an embarrassment to her. So she didn't want to be staying at the party with her broken kid. And so then, she just decided, she didn't want to be at the party anymore because, with 1.5 children. She had Jordan and then a cripple. So, I was gone. I had broken my wrist and therefore I wasn't a part of the family. She's like, that was her survival of the fittest right there. She's like, well, one of them's broken. It's official. And so yeah. Yeah.
All right, well.
This went way longer than I thought it was.
It did. I think we better go. It's getting very late. I'm sure he's got some schoolwork to do. Are you caught up with your schoolwork?
Thank you, Facebook Live. It's been real. Yeah.
Okay. Good night, everybody.